Good afternoon on what is a mild, grey and slightly overcast day. It is Friday the 6th of January and I'm in the read nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel I want to continue unboxing. So I have already pulled out of here this, which is Dungeon Crawl Classics number 79, level 1 adventure, Frozen in Time, which is suitable for Dungeon Crawl Classics, and with a bit of a tweak or twist, then also Mutant Crawl Classics. But the next thing I have got in here, just put that out of the way, is Dungeon Crawl Classics Chaos Rising 89, a compilation of adventures for character levels 1 to 5. Now, Dungeon Crawl Classics is an old school style retro clone derived from Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, but a very different kind of setting and system. I mean, they've got lots of different settings, but as a system, it looks like Dungeons & Dragons, but it's got lots of different flavour and feel to it. Primarily because it's deriving directly from the Appendix N, the famous Appendix N of inspirational source material that appears in the Dungeon Master's Guide for Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 1st edition. And it's going directly back to those inspirations to create its scenarios and other content. Including these scenarios. And we're up to Dungeon Crawl Classics 101, 102, 103, that sort of thing. 100 is coming, it's not out yet, but as of this video, it will be out soon. But Dungeon Crawl Classics Chaos Rising. This compilation collects seven Dungeon Crawl Classics adventures previously published in hard-to-find other editions. Each short adventure is suitable for a single session. Collectively, they provide adventures of characters up to 5th level. So this is a collection of essentially either one-shots or mini-adventures which you can insert into a campaign and run as you will. So what have we got in here? We open up with Elzemon and the Blood Drinking Box, a level 1 adventure. And the other thing about Dungeon Crawl Classics, bear in mind, is that you always get great artwork. There's Goodman Games has a stable of artists, and it goes back to them again and again for its look, whether that's for the covers, and then the interiors. So I'm just going to flip through that and just show you some of that artwork and point out how, a lot of it is really good, really fits the feel of dungeoneering, old school style role playing, and the maps themselves are always, they're not just plain maps, they're colourful, they've got a life of their own. Let's have a look. So in Elzemon and the Blood Drinking Box, seeking the favour of a powerful wizard, the party agrees to steal an artifact from a rival sanctum. So essentially you've got basically a theft mission for the player characters, and it's quite short adventure where player characters have to get in and ascend this giant set of stairs, get to the top and find out what is in, and that's it. That is just 7 pages long. So yeah, you can play that in a single session. That is no problem. That's interesting. We've got the Imperishable Sorceress, and this is another level 1 adventure. And essentially, let's have a look. See what we can find about this one. If I have a grumble, what's in here? Doesn't tell you. It would have been nice if that had been better used, that space. Okay, you're going to pick it up and go, oh, Dungeon Crawl Classics, brilliant, fantastic. I'm going to go, oh, it's a collection of adventures, but what adventures? What's in here? And the purchaser literally has to buy to find out. And I think that's a little bit, that's not helpful. But anyway, essentially that's fine. My opinion. And we've got more of this artwork in here. We've got the Hugh the Barbarian. These are the signature, the iconic kind of stand-ins for the player characters that runs throughout all of the Dungeon Crawl Classics range. And here we have kind of a more traditional kind of a dungeon there. So, you know, it packs a lot in. So essentially what you have got here is, here's how you go up there, up that hill, and then when you get to the top, this is what you're going to find inside when you descend into the inside of there. And then we have Glipkerio's Gambit. And this one's got itself has a Dungeon Crawl Classic style frontispiece basically cover, not in colour there sadly. So these here earlier, you know, you just have the frontispiece inside. This one has the actual kind of artwork. And I suppose what I would have liked, the other thing I would have liked about this is, where did these appear before? I can't see that. There's no indication of where these appeared before. That would have been nice, because I always like a little bit of context and history and the like. Because, you know, I want to put that in my review. So, of course, you've got adventure background, judges' notes, climbing Mount Tyke, and getting involved with the player start events, and then potentially. So they're ascending a mountain. Hold on a minute. Let's go back. Wasn't that what they were doing here? They're ascending a mountain here, and then in the next adventure, they're ascending. Well, again, this is quite short. And I'm going to come back to that ascending a mountain thing, because you've got the player handout. Strange set of stairs, marked with glyphs or runes. So we have, there's the top of Mount Tyke, and there's the route they've got to take up, and there's the temple grounds. And then we get on to, and then we have a battle tracker for Glipkerio. But in the first adventure, Elzemon and the blood drinking box, the player characters had a 2-day journey up a 5,000, you know, up sort of like, you know, 5,000 foot tall set of steps. Player characters are going to be doing an awful lot of climbing and walking up hills and stairs in this anthology. Then we've got Tower Out of Time. Again, much more of sort of like the style you get on a Dungeon Crawl Classics adventure. This is a level 2 adventure. So we have things like encountering the Pharos of Scales, the Pharos Interior, all the descriptions here. I mean, obviously you're going to be looking at the map when you do this. So these are quite small. The other thing about this is, because they are, I think because they're taken from previous appearances in sort of like as excerpts, it's a case of they're quite dense, and I think they've tried to pack a lot of information, a lot of adventure into a smaller space. So again, quite short. Got player handout, strange portal, and then we've got a map of the area. And I don't think this one involves any stairs. Pretty much sure it doesn't involve any stairs. Should I complain that this one doesn't involve any stairs or a climbing up a mountain? And the level 3 adventure is the jeweler that dealt in Stardust, which promises a surplus of spiders. And as always, you've got the player start, how to get them involved, and then you're into the adventure itself. And as promised, a surplus of spiders. And then handout A, you know, basically we've got an epilogue potentially with the cheap street brawlers, but you've got a house where they've got to investigate. The jewel that dealt in Stardust. Now this is one I am familiar. Essentially, this is one I think that basically did appear as an adventure in like a quick start or something like that, or a free RPG day title. So that's where some of these might well have come from. So that one is not unfamiliar. I'll track that one down because I do remember the map. And something like this, of course, is a house like that, and where you're basically doing a raid on it, is absolutely perfect for Lankmar if you're running that. Then we have the Undulating Corruption, which is the level 5 adventure. So we have an area map, and I think I recognise this one too. Might have been in a Gen Con program, that might something like that. The area looks familiar. Again, yeah, there's sort of like decent artwork like that, or kind of odd. So that's essentially sort of like a wilderness adventure, really kind of set in that location there. And then we get to the last adventure, which is the Infernal Crucible of Sezrekan the Mad. And again, there's a certain sense of familiarity there. And this is one of those sort of like those encounters which Dungeon Crawl Classics does that Dungeons and Dragons doesn't really kind of do anymore, which is just a limit, a kind of a network of rooms, quite small in this case, 3, and then just make some other locations there, the sort of stairs and so on, that pack a lot of information about, describe those locations in detail, because they're kind of puzzles and strange encounters. They are not extensive, they are really very short and simple, and get you involved, and thus you can run them in one night. So yeah, that is Dungeon Crawl Classics Chaos Rising, an anthology of previously unavailable or previously published in other works, compilation of scenarios and dungeons and so on for Dungeon Crawl Classics. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, please do click on the like button down below, and if you've got any comments or feedback, appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a parcel containing a book or game which I'll unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge, all of course accompanied by a nice cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching. Be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.